within us, the Christ light, that which is who we are, and then to learn to have mastery over our mind, our thoughts, and our emotions. Because when we have mastery over that, we have full access to the power that we are. So that's what we're here for tonight. I'll begin by speaking a blessing and doing a centering practice. And we're going to be in for a couple minutes in the silence. So just focus on your breath. If your mind wanders, totally cool. When you notice it, release the thought, go back to the breath. All right. So please join me if you can. If you're in a safe place where you can close your eyes, take some nice, slow, deep breaths through the nose, exhaling through the mouth, blowing it out. Breathe in, blow it out. Breathe in, blow it out. Breathing in the love of spirit that is within and all around you. Exhaling the day, the hour before this, the minute before this, releasing the past, releasing the future, focusing on our breath, inviting the mind to become calm and quiet. Release the thought, return to the breath. Release the thought, return to the breath. Open your hands, lift them up for a moment. Lift your chin up, representing your willingness to be receptive and open for divine guidance, for the flow of source energy and love to you and through you. We are open, we are receptive, surrendered. I speak these words as blessings upon our time together tonight. I know that the way of mastery is literally encoded within each one of us. The way, the how, the journey, the destination. the home, we're literally encoded with it. And in the center of our being, at the level of spirit, all is well. And so tonight we tap into that aspect of being, the higher self. That's what we tap into, we awaken, and we allow it to have its way with us tonight. We're blessed, and so it is. Amen. So thanks for being here tonight, everybody. Really appreciate it, especially on Facebook Live if you're just popping in tonight. I'm going to go over a few PowerPoint slides that we do sometimes to really anchor us in what we're here for and what the way of mastery is. So let me share my screen here. I'm going to switch that to, I guess I'm not going to do that. Okay, so the way of mastery, I can't move my picture, Ryan. Stuck up in the corner. Let me see if I can shrink that a little bit. Go back. Give me a second, friends. That'll do. That'll do, so that you can see, so I can read it. The way of mastery is a pathway of forgiveness, self-love, and the acceptance of the perfection of each moment. It's designed to return your mind to holiness, to wholeness. This midweek virtual gathering gives you tools to help you trust in the voice of God and will ultimately benefit us all as we bring love and light to the world and awaken through the atonement, which simply means the undoing of fear. These teachings will give you mastery over your entire lifetime. So if you're here for the first time, totally cool. You jumped in at the perfect time, the appointed time. Your spirit brought you here. So let's move on to reading our declaration of, this is something, it's called I Promise You This. It's at the very front of the book, right there. But I rewrote it in the first person so that we could really embody it. So please, if you can, say this out loud where you are with me, or just breathe in the words. I am wholly committed to awakening from the dream I've dreamt since the stars first began to appear in the heavens. My one desire is to be only what God created. Right now, I lay at the altar of my heart with every breath, everything I think I know, everything I think I need. And I look lovingly upon every place that fear has made a home in my mind, and I allow correction to come. It will come. Regardless of how I experience it, it will come. And the day and the moment will arise, and all of my pain and fear and suffering will have vanished, like a wind that pushes the foam of the wave away, revealing the clarity of the ocean beneath me. I will literally feel throughout my being that there never was a dream. Some memories might remain with me, and I will know that somewhere I must have dreamt a dream or had a thought of wondering what it would be like to be other than the way God created me. But it will be such a faint echo that it will leave no trace upon me. In my heart, I will smile gently, regardless of the circumstances in which I find myself. There will be peace from the crown of my head to the tip of my toes, and that peace will walk before me wherever I go. It will enter a room before I enter it with a body, and those who are becoming sensitive will wonder who has come into their place. And some will even say, behold, I believe Christ has come for dinner. And I will be that one. You will be that one, for that is who you are, Christ eternal. That is who you are. All right, so let me get rid of that. There we go. All right, so that anchors us and centers us. And again, if you're here for the first time, welcome. Just dive in, breathe in the words, be in the experience with us. If you're on Facebook, you can certainly hit the donate button because your contributions go to Unity Naples and they help us fulfill our mission, which is really to be a place for spiritual awakening, to be a safe, friendly, honoring, sacred place for everyone. That includes our virtual world right here. All right, my friends. So I'm going to jump in at the bottom of page 46. So if you have your book, please grab that and feel free to read along. Again, if you don't have this book, don't even worry about it. Ryan, if you could pop into the Facebook chat the link to Amazon where to get this book. If you're in Naples, Unity of Naples, you can buy it in our Higher Grounds cafe and bookstore. But right now, you can just listen and enjoy it. I'm going to start at the bottom of 46, which is called Practicing the First Two Axioms. Super easy to find. It's the big, bold letters at the bottom of the page. So to get us centered and back into the flow of this teaching, these are the first two axioms of the way of the heart to be built on, to be remembered and to be cultivated daily. I am created as my Father created me to be. I am free. And nothing sources my experience but me in each moment. Nothing has an effect upon me whatsoever, save that which I choose to allow to affect me. I need do nothing. So these are powerful axioms. These are powerful ways of being, because what it's saying is, I am created by God. I am totally free, and everything I experience is chosen by me. My experience of it, my choice, my beliefs about it, my reaction to it, those are all 100%. How did they say it? Nothing sources my experience but me in each moment. My entire experience is sourced by me. Your entire experience is sourced by you. Listen, you don't need to understand that. You don't need to get it. Don't grapple with it. Don't try to argue with it. It's a really high and holy concept. But why don't you just try it on tonight? Why don't you just say, as the words are, nothing has an effective, nothing sources my experience but me in each moment. Nothing sources my experience but me in each moment. Let's just be with that. Why don't you just try it out for the night? Moving on. In the beginning, we'd suggest that you practice the second axiom in the morning and in the evening as you're arising and as you are retiring. At least twice in each of your days, we ask you to cultivate for 5 minutes the repetition of this thought so that you feel it in your bones. I need do nothing. It's a real profound idea. It will come as quite a shock to your consciousness. The mind will say, but I have all these things I have to do. What about this and what about this? Oh my goodness. Will the world stop spinning if I stop needing? That is up to the world. It's not up to you. The power of these first two axioms will be what everything that follows is built on. Yet everything that follows is merely a way of watering those two axioms and making them the anchor of your awareness. So what they're saying is these two beliefs are it for us for a while. Like we're going to just circle around it and talk about a bunch of different ways. And the invitation is to start practicing them. So I ask you, and I'm going to do it tonight too, write down these two axioms on a 3x5 card. Carry it around with you. Read it in the morning. Read it at night. Meditate on it throughout the day. This is the invitation. For when the anchor is firmly in place, you will literally create whatever you so desire from perfect freedom and from perfect deliberateness. You will even transcend miracle-mindedness. Oh my God, listen to that. You will even transcend miracle-mindedness. There's something even more free and powerful than miracle-mindedness. That's quite an offer, my friends. I'm in. For miracle-mindedness is still a stage of perception, just short of mastery. I just think that's interesting. Mastery comes when you know that you are literally and deliberately creating. You are literally and deliberately creating. Say that with me. I am literally and deliberately creating. I am literally and deliberately creating. One more time. I am literally and deliberately creating. You are literally and deliberately creating at all times. This is always happening. It's never not happening. Another way to think about it is that the law of attraction is always working. You are always attracting to yourself what you're thinking, what you're feeling. This is happening. It is spiritual law. It is how the universe works. You are literally and deliberately doing it all the time. There's nothing miraculous about it. You will decree a thing, and it shall be so. So this is what is so exciting to me. This is what mastery is. This is what unity teaches. This is what Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, I think, had great access to. They like the veil opened. They cracked right into the huge pipeline of access to all the power of spirit. And they created an entire movement of inspiration inspiration and upliftment. What's possible for you? What? Whoops. Sorry about that. Got excited. Just flip my computer. What is possible for you when you allow yourself to have full access to the enormous creative power that's in you, and you are finally at the level of mastery where whatever you think and desire shall be, you decree it and it shall be so. That is your power, and you absolutely will get there. It's just the amount of time. Do you want to get there on the fast track and live in the joy and the freedom and the power of that? Or do you want to keep taking side trips and getting into little gossipy things and getting into little low vibration relationship things and lying and all this craziness that keeps us stuck in the way of the world? This is all, the world of the ego is nothing new. It's war. It's the belief in death. It's belief in suffering. It's all of those things. And all they do is recycle and repeat themselves. When you reach mastery, when you reach the fullness of your spirit, you literally create anew. Whatever, that which has never been before will be created through you because of you. I'm in. All right, moving on. This is in the middle of 48, near the top of 48. That is to create as God creates. This is how God does it. For while God marvels at you, he knows perfectly well that your creation was not a miracle. It is very deliberate, born from the pure radiance of love. God does not sit on his throne and say, I wonder if I'm worthy to create my children. I wonder if I'm worthy to express myself through the divine spark of consciousness that they are. Never does it enter into the holy mind of God. I wonder if it's okay if I create a solar system. God receives a thought, or a thought emanates within God's holy mind. God decrees it, and it is so. And God looks upon all things and says, it is very good. So let's do a little bit of that practice right now. I want you to close your eyes with me. And I want you to imagine having something that you desire. Make it kind of simple and fun. I want you to actually prove this principle. So for this practice, don't go too far out there. What do you want? Do you want maybe a new car? Do you want a new piece of furniture? Do you want a little bit more money? Do you want a bill paid? I want you to focus on one thing. One thing. I know what I'm focusing on. I've got some dental work that I've been needing to have done. I want it done. I'm going to decree right now the dental work that I need, fully paid for, it is done. The right person, the right alignment, everything. It is done perfectly. It is done with minimal pain. It is done to perfection. My dental work, it is done. I decree that it is done. Whatever it is that you want and desire, decree that it's done right now, just like I did. This new piece of furniture, I decree that I have it now. Use your voice, use your focus, use your intention to declare that something is so. Listen, that's how God creates. That's how creation works. You just did it. You did it consciously. You did it deliberately. Now, all day long, you're doing it subconsciously, and you're just kicking out this, that, this, that, this, that. Things are coming together so fast, you're not even aware of it. But we can always pause, we can stop, and we can be deliberate. Now, what you just decreed, it's done. It's yours. It's created in the mind of spirit. In the field of pure potentiality, it's done, and it's there. And now your work is to just receive it and welcome it and just let it come into the world of form. That's exactly what we're talking about. So thanks for playing that. Let's move on. Exercise and conscious creation. The third and last exercise that we give you in this lesson is this. Choose something that you do every day that you're convinced is so utterly ordinary that it certainly does not hold any power or any spiritual meaning whatsoever. It could be something as simple as having a glass of water, brushing your teeth, or yawning. Pick something that you know you do every day and decide to make that the focus of your worship. so that when you do it, you stop and say, it is very good. Oh, we've got to say it is very good. Whatever you created, it is very good. My teeth, my dental work, it is very good. Do yours. It is very good. All right. Even if it's something as simple as raising your head from the pillow, become aware of it. Own it as self-created. And as you contemplate that action, say to yourself, it is very good. I've done this, and it is good. I have created. Again, those that are truly committed will find that they begin to enjoy this process, and they begin to apply it more and more to other events in their lives. They begin to reawaken the childlike joy of building a castle in the sandbox. For in truth, that is all you are doing here. Consciousness is your sandbox, and you are creating castles. You have simply forgotten to enjoy them. When you want to be rid of them, you now lament, oh, but if I give this up and change my mind and move on, what will happen to my creations? What will others think of me if I act like a child and just take my little plastic shovel and knock the castle down and go in and have a sandwich for lunch? What will people think of me? Will I fit in? Will I be accepted? Will I be judged? Will I be persecuted? Who cares? Who cares? For the opinions of others means nothing unless, of course, you want them to mean something. So that was kind of the focus of the email I popped out this week in preparation for our group meeting. The picture of the idea of the sandbox. I'll go back to that quote. Consciousness is your sandbox, and you are creating castles. You have simply forgot to enjoy them. It's so, again, this is so hard for the human mind to comprehend, but we want to pause here. And they really want you to get your home, your vehicle, your job, your relationships, your closet of clothes, your kitchen of food, all your location, the city you live in. You have created all of that, just like in a sandbox. Consciousness. Out of consciousness, you're creating this whole dimension of being. And you really can just blow it up, walk away, start over. It is 100% Groundhog Day, the movie. Groundhog Day, the movie captured this principle, which is why it's just, we talk about it all the time in metaphysics and in spirituality. We talk about that movie because it is so profoundly true. We just make things up, but we've got to remember to have fun. And we've got to remember that they're impermanent, that they can blow up, they can come, they can go. Oh my God, what is the suffering? The attachment. All the suffering is around the attachment. What if this changes? What if they leave? What will people think of me? And what does this book say so beautifully? 2 words. Who cares? Exclamation point. Who the heck cares what people think? Will you please breathe that in tonight? Will you breathe that in tonight? Because that's as far as I think we're going to go, because it's so important to stop there. Who cares what people think? Just as I'm saying that, my mind is going, you do. You care what people think. So, okay, let's flip it and acknowledge it. Let's get really present. I care what people think. I care what people think. I care their opinions about me. I care what they think about what I look like. I care about what they think I'm doing. I care if they're judging me. I care if they're persecuting me in their mind. I care if they're talking about me. Oh my God. I care if they're gossiping about me. Oh my God. I care. Do you feel the stupid drama of that? Do you feel how outside of yourself you are when you get trapped in that? When I don't need to talk about you, when I get trapped and when people are, this all's happening, they're stuck in fear, they're stuck in petty, low vibration thoughts, and they have to attach them onto somebody. And sometimes I'm the target, sometimes you're the target, sometimes I do it to someone, sometimes you do it to somebody. But right now, we need to cut the cords. We need to cut the cords to the idea of caring what anybody thinks. What anybody thinks. Who cares? For the opinions of others mean nothing. Unless, of course, you want them to mean something. So that's my question to you tonight. Do you want people's opinions to mean something to you? Just breathe that in. do I want people's opinions to mean something to me? I know I don't want them to. No, I can say no to that. No. My next question rises up in me. Am I willing to stop giving attention to and my power to other people's opinions? Am I willing to stop doing that? I feel a yes inside me. Yeah, I'm willing. I don't have to figure it out. I don't know how I'm going to get there. I may not do it perfectly. I won't do it perfectly, but am I willing? Are you willing to stop putting your focus and your energy and attention on what other people think? I am, and I know that you are. And that is the key. That's the key to freedom. This is a shorter read tonight, but we really covered some really, really good stuff. So I'm going to stop there. And we have just a minute or two more with Facebook Live before we turn that off. So I'm going to take a moment. I'd like to speak a blessing on everyone on Facebook Live. I want you to receive this. This is a prayer. And what we do at Union of Naples is we do what's called affirmative prayer. Affirmative prayer is accessing the Spirit of God within us and literally using our words and our thoughts to carve that spirit into a demonstration, some form of healing or creation. That's what prayer is. It's very powerful and it works. So I'm going to invite you to close your eyes with me. And I'm going to ask you to think of something that you want prayer for yourself. For yourself. This prayer is for you. And it can be anything, my sweet friend. It can be anything. You can want $1 million. You can want some physical health. You can want to be more happy. You can want something very simple. Allow something to come to mind that you desire. In this moment, I place my attention upon the allness of God, the Spirit of love, the creative power. And this creative power only says yes. There's no resistance in this creative power. There's no great or small in this creative power. It literally can create mountains, or it can create a little thimble. It can create a little eraser on the end of a pencil, or it can create an entire gigantic city. This creative power only says yes. And it is flowing through me now as this prayer, as I hold everyone right now in this call or whoever's listening later. If you're thinking of something that you desire, I declare by the power of my word that this is fulfilled, that the Spirit of God, the Spirit of love has already in this moment fulfilled this prayer. And I claim for every single person that we are open, we are receptive, we are allowing, we are willing. I know for every person here is an open channel for God's love and God's perfection and God's creative power. And that which is wanted to be made new is established now in the mind as divine purpose, as reality, as done. It is done now. Now. And for all of us, that we are open, that we are receptive, that we say yes. I say yes for all of us. I'm grateful for the fulfillment of this prayer. I release it, I let it be, and so it is. Amen. All right, everybody on Facebook Live, thanks for hanging out. Hey, I hope you'll join next week by joining us in what's called the Zoom room. It's an hour experience where you can actually get the lesson and then have conversation and take a deeper dive into the principles in the second half. So that's what I'm going to do with a group of people. And if you want to join, then please in the feed on Facebook Live, just say, hey, I want to get into the Zoom room. And we'll make sure you have all the information that you need to do that. Again, please, before you leave, if you would be willing, leave a donation. Just click that donate button on Facebook Live. That goes directly to our ministries. And we appreciate your support. We appreciate you being here. Peace and love.